Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and for today's video, samahan niyo ako na kumuha at mag-submit ng mga requirements dun sa agency na napili natin for our Japan visa. Let's go! Dito ko sa 5th floor, but originally I would have wanted sa ibang parking space pero full na dun. So ito yung I think nearest na. Guys, so I'm already in the car na. Tapos lang natin kumuha ng bank cert sa First Bank. And a friend told me na okay naman na daw yung average daily balance ko for the First Bank. But syempre, more chances of winning. Bye! On to the next bank. You gotta be. Ito na nga, hirap na hirap ako kung saan magpa-park dito sa second bank, kung saan banda dito, at dito ako pinag-park ng guard, tapos double hazard na lang daw. Paano ko mag-hazard? Eh, pupunta nga ako ng bangko. So, iiwanan ko nakabakas yung kotse? Char. Anyway, sige, I'll figure this out, and I'm gonna get the second bank cert, secure the visa, so let's go. So, ito na nga, tapos na tayong makakuha ng bank cert. Hindi pala, bank statement ngayon kasi daw East-West centralized na pala ang pagkuha. Hindi ko naman alam, like akala ko kukuha ka lang kasi wow, nagbanggit na ng mga bangko. Kay kasi 30 minutes lang, inantay ko lang, may bank cert na. Ngayon, centralized pa yung bank cert. So, hindi ko siya makukuha today. Ngayon, nag-check ako, sabi ko, sige, ano na lang, bank statement na lang that I have an account with them. So, binigyan na ako, and then 100 pesos lang yung bank statement. Isang page lang naman, so, nilibre na lang nila. Nagalit ako, nainis ako, pero sabi ko, sige, gawa na lang natin paraan. Instead na bank cert statement na lang, pwede naman siya. And meron naman akong statement, meron naman akong cert kay BDO, so okay na yon. Plus, additional lang tong East-West just to make sure na may pera talaga ako. May pera talaga ako. So, yun. Medyo na-feel bad ako. Willing naman ako magbayad ng kailangan kong bayaran because fair naman tayo pero they don't want me to pay. Diyos ko, nakakahiya. Anyway, yun lang. Bye. I'm at the car and kakakuha ko lang. Ito na ang resibo for my visa. So, sana okay naman lahat ng requirements and baba ko lang to. Tapos, freshen up and then I'm gonna check out kung magkano yung percentage ng discount for the Insta360. Kasi kung okay yung discount niya, kasi may 45% discount siya. So, kung okay, I'm gonna get it na. Pabalik na ako ng mall to eat and to check if makakabili tayo ng Insta360 today. Ang tagal-tagal sinerve, pero ang lamig. I'm back at the car and ang dami nating ganap today. Nakabili tayo ng Insta360 pero wala pa tayong memory card, so mag-order na lang tayo online, and kung merong magagamit na memory card sa bahay, sana meron. So I'm gonna look for it. And yeah, I think successful naman yung ganap natin today. And actually, pinabuksan ko na yung Insta360 kanina para ma-install, but we're gonna do an unboxing later sa house. So, magda-drive muna ako pa uwi. Bye! Hi guys! Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and for today's video, I'm gonna be sharing with you how my day went as I apply for my Japan visa. Pero syempre, hindi natin to i-upload hanggat walang resulta. So, kailangan, by the time na napapanood nyo to, na-approve na ang Japan visa ng person na ito. So, let's start. So, for the requirements, kinumplete ko lang siya and then, sinubmit natin siya. Nag-travel agency lang kasi tayo. Hindi tayo nag-direct sa VFS, which is yun na yung, wala nang direct sa Japanese embassy. Dadaan na siya lahat sa VFS. VFS Global. And then, they're gonna submit sa Japan embassy. Pero, ang ginawa ko kasi is nag-agency. Originally, I'm planning to submit it on my own lang sa VFS. Nag-check ako ng schedule sa VFS Global. Medyo ano siya, ang available na lang is yung premium, which is 2,200. Parang 2,000 plus. Ganun yung amount niya na, parang, basta may inclusion siya na premium, nakaupo ka lang, lalapit lang sila sa'yo, or tatawagin ka nila while you were there kung may mga kulang sa requirements mo. May photocopy inclusions na yun. Basta may mga ganun silang packages. Pero parang it's kinda expensive for me. Parang 2,200. Tapos, a friend suggested na I do na lang the agency nga. Doon ako magsasubmit. Plus, sa travel agency kasi, you don't need to like, reserve a slot to them. Kasi parang sa agency, may mga nare-reserve na siyang slot for their applicants. So, that's what I did. And I only paid 1,680 pesos. And the requirements are, so, lahat ng mga requirements mo should be in A4 size. So, medyo nagka-problema ko sa A4 size kanina kasi yung other documents ko are in the short bond paper size. So, hindi ko naman alam. Parang, no one told me, like, hindi ko rin natanong. Pero wala rin nagsabi na kailangan pala A4 size yung mga requirements na dapat mong i-submit. Siyempre, passport mo, you have to submit your passport, photocopy ng colored na bio ng passport mo, and then, siyempre, authorization letter for the travel agency. Kumuha ako ng birth certificate kasi kailangan issued by PSA within 1 year. And original yung kailangan nila. And that costs around parang 300 plus. So, online siya. I applied online and then door-to-door delivery na lang para wala ng hassle. Itinerary in Japan, meron naman na ako noon. And then, I also, nagawa lang ako ng 7 days kasi 7 days lang ako sa Japan. So, I did a 7-day itinerary. I also submitted my travel ticket. Yung ticket ko from, well, nakuha natin siya sa Cebu Pack. I also printed it para additional info that I already have my ticket. Pero syempre, hindi naman siya guarantee na just because you have a ticket, ma-approve siya. Pero we're hoping, Lord, i-approve mo yung visa ko. Anyway, so yun siya. And then, aside from that, if you're the one paying for your trip, you have to submit COE, which is your Certificate of Employment, na kailangan nandun yung salary mo, yung position mo, and yung, I think, date hired. Must indicate period of employment, salary, and position. So, importante yun na pag humingi ka sa HR nyo, kailangan kasama siya. Also need to sign PSA authorization letter na parang ina-allow mo si Japanese embassy to look into your background pa, yung mga ganong stuff. Also, income tax, 2316 for employed. Well, employed naman ako, so I have my COE and then I have my 2316. And then, applicant's bank cert. So, kailangan yung bank cert mo, period of 6 months for the last 6 months, and meron kang nakalagay doon yung average daily balance mo. Okay? So, yun yung medyo nagbago daw. Based from my friends na nakausap ko na nag-apply na for visa in the past year. So, kailangan may ADB na siya ngayon. I submitted 2 banks. One with bank cert talaga with ADB, and the other one, supposedly, I'm getting bank cert as well sa second bank. But apparently, si second bank, centralized na daw yung paggawa or pagkuha ng bank cert. And hindi siya uupuan mo lang, makukuha mo na within the day or so. Medyo uminit yung ulo ko sa kanila. But then, I took time to read the requirements. So, pwede naman daw bank statement for the last 6 months. So, that's what I get na lang from the second bank just to support that I have enough money na dalawa yung bangko ko and may pera. Kasi si second bank, mas malaki yung laman niya. Mas malaki yung laman ni second bank. So, parang I need that as supporting document. Hindi naman tayo sa pagmamayabang or something, but syempre, parang the more chances of winning, yun yung reason doon. The more chances of pag mas maraming banks, makita nila na may pera siya, so they'll approve my visa. Also pala, sinama ko kasi yung isang passport ko, but apparently ang pina-photocopy lang sa akin is the Korean visa that I had before pa. Parang, syempre, support din na parang, nakapunta siya ng Korea, ganyan. Pero kasi, I have other countries na rin naman na napuntahan. Pero, well, before, merong visa si Taiwan, but, since I've been to Korea na, parang travel cert na lang yung binigay sa akin for Taiwan. Kaya walang visa doon nung nag-travel ako before. And yung photocopy, ang mahal yung 60 pesos yung photocopy ng, or 65, yung photocopy ng colored na A4. So parang, teka lang naman, ang mahal. Anyway, dahil pinapanood nyo na to ngayon, approved ang visa natin. See you, Japan! Bye!